Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? As I sit here and I try to think of a way to once again tap dance, because this is one of those videos again. It's getting harder and harder for me to think of things to once again say. How many times do I have to sit here and try to think of things to say for the next 5-6 minutes in order to do kind of like what the MSM does and divert over here to not see what's going on over here. It's getting harder and harder to do that. And it's terrible that I have to do that, but there is a huge reason behind it, you know. I guess I can tell you about what? What? You know, what's going on in my life today? Same old, same old. Yeah. I cleaned my house today, cleaned and sanitized, you know, but that's me every day. It rained like a son of a gun today. Got the Chewy order in. So now our guys are stocked up for 9 months. Because, you know, I order extra for them instead of just month-to-month basis. I order extra, so now we're good for 9 months for our pets. But in this video, where I'm going with this is, you know, pretty much where we're going as people, as Americans. I can't right now. Damn it. So many of you, here's something funny. You want to hire Sean because of what he did to the coffee bar. He's up for hire. His days off are Tuesday and Wednesday. Hire him. Did you see my interview last night on We the People Prepping? That was fun. It was a little more than 2 hours long. He's nice. Yeah. So, yeah, that was enjoyable last night. It really was. It was very joyful. And so, and then this week coming up on Wednesday, I'm not quite sure of the time, but I have another one coming up with, I always get her name wrong, but Gangsta Prepping or Prepping Gangster. She's lovely. She is so sweet and funny. Oh my gosh. But yeah. But I'm going to get into this right now. So I hope you stuck around. But look for that live stream on her channel. But here we go. Okay. This was brought to my attention once again by a subscriber. And this is not something that just comes to her in her mind. Okay, this is something that she is actually experienced in. Okay, she is actually, and I hope you don't mind, I will never speak your name, but she is actually a banker. Okay, so when she speaks on these things, she is very, very experienced. Okay. Now she starts it off like this. Okay. This will sound like science fiction. Through artificial intelligence, machines and robots will be taking over. They have been for the last 15 years or so, and it started innocently enough with the automation lines within the auto industry and then the food industry. They called it progress. All those automobile manufacturing jobs, have you seen them come back yet? No, and you won't. Pretty soon all humans will be needed for is to grease the machines that took their jobs away, because robots don't go home. They don't need to get tired. They don't need to ask for a raise. They don't need benefits. Their kids don't get sick. They never need vacations. The big companies who can afford those robots, well, they don't care about anything except the bottom line for their shareholders, the profit. Whose pockets get lined with the profit? Executives, the government, and the shadow government. I say shadow government because there are two different governments, the one you see and the one you don't see. Think I'm crazy? Okay, think what you wish. But this shadow government controls everything on the planet. Yes, everything. And that's how powerful they are. They are the new mafia. Much more sophisticated than the traditional mafia that you've heard about. And yes, being Italian. Now, this is me saying it, being Italian. I'm sure you think, oh, she must have ties. Nay, nay. Not every Italian has the mafia ties. But this new mafia isn't really new at all. The Rothschild family began this, and probably went even further back. But I'm only going back about 100 years. It's a demonic system that benefited greatly when President Roosevelt took the United States currency off the gold standard. Now hear me out, and I'll give you examples. Going back from the years 1900 to 2000, the United States fought and paid for 41 wars in 100 years. From the years 2001 to 2021, the United States fought in and paid for 11 wars in 20 years. To clarify, the wars in the last 20 years were Afghanistan, which is 2001 to present, Iraq, which is 2003 to 2011, Pakistan, which was 2004 to 2017, Somalia, 2007 to present, Indian Ocean, 2009 to 2016, Libya, 2011, Uganda, 2011 to 2017, Iraq, 2014 to present, Syria, 2014 to present, Yemen, 2015 to present, Libya, 2015 to present. What is important to know is that all of these wars were financed. Having had one war after another, here we are today, no better off as a nation. The central bankers, a small and very tight-knit group of elite people. How do they come into play here? Picture a large boardroom with 50 people at a table. They all get together and decide what happens. Years in advance, anywhere in any country, and they make it happen. Just like a person would make a business plan. This is their business, and it's all funded by the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. The IMF is the central bank. Each war is caused by them, each and every single war. Why? Please forgive me for saying it this way, because there is no other way to say it. It is done to thin out the herds, or population control. That is how they see the rest of us, as cattle. This is the sole purpose for war: control, population control. Think about any war we have had since World War II. How many people perished? Was there ever any progress in our country that was directly attributed to these wars? We have a war and people perish. It's that simple. In the meantime, wars cost a ton of money. Where does the money go? Well, our government, the one we know about, doesn't really have that money. It's only a digital asset. Electronic money, or phony money, it's on the books, but it's not a physical asset. We have to borrow that money from the central bank, and it can't be paid back because we didn't have the money in the first place. So how are we going to pay it back? With interest? Years worth of interest? So now it's added to our country's debt, our children's debt, with a lot of interest. Wars last for years. It's 2021 now. We are still in an active state of war with Iraq, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, Libya. In the last 20 years alone, the United States has spent $6.4 trillion on wars in the Middle East. Wars in which the American people will never benefit from. And how many of our people have perished? And for what? To thin out the herds. In all these countries, that's right, we paid to thin out our own herds. And we pay it all back to the central banks who finance the wars that they planned just to get our money. And now they want to control of the United States. But let's face it, they have been controlling and manipulating us for decades. And now they are moving in for the kill shot. By way of communism, Marxism, socialism. Add a virus, kill an economy. Destroy the currency, burn the Constitution. Take away our freedoms, remove the protection. Quiet your speech, steal the food, prevent our movement, and then wait. This is our last war. Conquer the United States of America. They saved the best for last. After us, it's all over. Their mission is complete. There is no one left to conquer. A one world power with no one to talk back to them. And everyone is answering to them. The New World Order. all for the sake of the few, the central bankers, the top elite, with a mission to control the many, all of us. Power and money equals control. A lot of you have been saying NWO, New World Order. I see that all the time in my comment section. So when you see our government allowing $700 million to go to Pakistan for gender studies, $900 million to Iraq, $2 billion to the Sudan, just keep in mind that we are sending it all to the central bank. And then the central bank decides where they will send your money, or into whose pocket they choose. They will never tell you anyway. There are way more of us than there are of them. One farmer, many cattle. But only if our people come together and rise up, can we then conquer them. That is why they keep us divided, so that we never become united. Think about that one. While they cause big wars abroad, they cause race wars at home. They spread propaganda, and they add fuel to past hate from our ancestors' generations, and they make it new again. And united we stand, divided we fall. This is why everyone should know history, and know it well, because those who do not learn the lessons that history has to teach us, they are doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. Look back to the history of nations. Most do not survive more than 400 years without losing 2/3 of its population to starvation. Our country was founded in 1620. The virus hit us in 2020. 400 years. What do you think is coming next? A new war in the Middle East has been planned all along. My people, keep prepping and stack it to the rafters if you have to, but also be kind, be loving. Be the example you want to see reflected back at you, because only good can conquer evil. And that, my friends, is from one of my subscribers who I hold dear to my heart. And I love her. I really do. Just as much as I love every single one of you. That is all for this video. Stay safe. Stay positive. Keep prepping. And as always, fear less.